Am I the asshole for not wanting to house my pregnant sister anymore? I am absolutely furious about this right now. My sister is 19 and 4 months pregnant. Father bailed and kicked her out of his place as soon as she told him, and my parents live on the other side of the country. She goes to school here in our state, so she doesn't want to move back to our tiny little town. Since she didn't have a place to stay, my wife and I offered to let her live with us until after the baby got here. It wasn't ideal, but we have the room and the money to let it happen. First thing I told my sister when she came here, whatever you need, tell me and I'll help you. First thing I told her, because I didn't want her worrying about things for the baby or food. We still have all our baby furniture, toys, clothes from when our son was born in our garage and in good condition. It's barely been over 2 months, and on the first week my wife was complaining because she couldn't find her earrings. Didn't think anything. Stuff like that is easy to lose sometimes. But then it started to add up. First her earrings, then one of my watches, a necklace, a pair of new shoes that we bought for our son, some of my wife's jewelry, my class ring. All this stuff was going missing, and it didn't click for me until I noted a few missing $20 bills from my wallet. At first I thought maybe it was my son, but honestly, the kid's 7 and still too honest. He cried once after he took an extra donut from the table and confessed immediately, so I doubted he was the culprit. I confronted my sister and it took a lot of grilling before she fessed up. Her defense was she just wanted to make a little extra cash on the side for the baby. I was so furious with her. After telling her to come to me for anything she needs with the baby, she resorted to going behind my back and stealing from my family. I explained just how wrong she was to do this after she's had a roof over her head, food, and being told to come to us with whatever she needs help with. She apologized many times, but I told her she was going to have to pack her bags and leave. I'll give her 2 weeks to find a new place, but she better be gone by then. That just upset my sister more. She begged me to give her a second chance, but feel like the trust has been broken. She wanted to stay here to continue school. She'll have to find a way to support herself. If she can't, then she can move back with our parents. Speaking of parents, they've been on top of me for the last few days over this, and I can't just kick her out when she has a child on the way. I've explained what she was doing, however, they still think I'm wrong here and need to give her another chance. The issue is how we'll know she won't be more sneaky about it. It's just not a risk I'm willing to take, and my wife is just as upset about this as I am. That hasn't stopped my parents from berating me all the time over our choice, and now I'm not sure I'm being the asshole instead of giving her another chance. Definitely not the asshole. She stole multiple times from you and your wife. That means she has already had a second chance and a third chance, etc., to redeem herself. I would not want a thief in my house. She can go live with your parents and steal from them if they feel so strongly about it. Not the asshole. She's lucky you haven't reported her to the police. Your parents are also assholes by trying to guilt you into continuing to house her. I assume this is because they don't want to take responsibility for her themselves. Not the asshole. You literally told her that you would give her everything she needed until the baby was born, and her thanks is to steal from you? You know she isn't spending it on the baby. Either she's going out and partying or doing something else that you don't know about. She wasn't making money. She was stealing your property and hawking it. You are right. She needs to find somewhere else to go. Have her contact her school. Most colleges have resources for single parents, including family dorms or housing, as long as she is in school full-time. If her parents are so concerned, have them set her up with an apartment and pay for it. I cannot get past the fact that she stole your son's new shoes. It's bad enough that she stole from you and your wife, but your child? Nope, she doesn't deserve another chance. You offered to help her and instead she turned around and stole from you. Pregnant or not, that was pretty freaking low. Not the asshole. Not the asshole at all. Just because she's your sister doesn't mean she has the right to steal from you and then get zero consequences. Your parents just don't want to have to deal with her and baby, so they are trying to force the situation on you, which you were fine with until she literally started stealing your family's belongings. I wouldn't let her stay. You could come home to your house emptied one day, and then what happens when she's established residency and you want her out but she doesn't want to leave? You'll have a hell of a time getting her out then. Not the asshole. How much do you trust her account of why she did this? Because honestly, that level of shadiness, stupidity, and risk does not really match up with making cash on the side for the baby. Especially after your original offer. It's like she offered that explanation because she thought you'd believe it. She pulled some ballsy thefts here, including stealing directly out of your wallet and pawning shoes, jewelry. She was risking getting kicked out, and she had to know that every time she took that risk. But she kept doing it. So, I have to ask, are you sure she isn't on drugs? Because this sounds like something an addict would do. It's hard to think about where you'll sleep once you get caught, when you're focused on getting your next fix. Not the asshole. Your wife and son come first. She has already proven that she can't be trusted and that she will go whatever it takes to get herself ahead at the expense of your family. I guarantee if you had blamed your son for the stolen items, she would have thrown him to the wolves rather than come clean. She didn't come to you for help when you offered, because what she wants isn't help, essentials. She wants excess and luxuries for herself. That's why she stole from your family again and again and again. Do not trust her around your loved ones again. Not the asshole. Are you sure she doesn't have addiction issues? Regarding her classes, she can take online classes or ask to suspend her studies. If it's undergrad, I believe up to a full year is usually allowed. Or she can transfer to a school closer to your parents. Don't feel guilty about her academics, she has options. She can have an abortion. Irresponsible getting pregnant at 19 with no basic setup. Not the asshole. Not the asshole at all. You gave her all the support she could want and in exchange she stole from you. Not the asshole. She stole. It is theft. No matter if an outsider does it or a family member. I feel like you actually held back a lot since you gave her time to move out. Such people don't deserve even this much. She backstabbed you, when you were trying to help her and be there for her in her time of need. Not the asshole. Tell your parents if they are worried they can take her in. She knew what she was doing, and considering she is going to be a mom, she has to grow up and deal with consequences. Pay her airfare to go to her parents. All the asshole in the world. You don't steal from the only people helping you. Big not the asshole. Oh, now you want a second chance? Okay, so there's the earrings, my watch, all the jewelry, my class ring, and $40. So, please tell me, would this be the fifth chance for you to steal from my family after we put a roof over your head, and food in your stomach? You wanted to make some extra money? Then get off your ass and work. Or at the very least steal from someone who hasn't opened their home up to you, not the asshole. Tell your parents they can take her in, but to lock up any valuables first. And I wonder why her baby daddy kicked her out. Skeptical smiley face. How did she get money for these items? Did she pawn them or sell them to people? I would have no problem telling her to get the items back with the money she made. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Second chances are nice, but no one is entitled to one. She made her choices, and it's a good life lesson to know that actions have consequences. Hopefully there's not a substance abuse angle here, especially considering she's pregnant. That often manifests itself in stealing from people who are trying to help you. Not the asshole. You opened your home and told her to come to you if she needed anything, but she stole from you. She sounds like a psycho. Your family deserves to feel safe from theft in their own home. Not the asshole. She stole from you. Like legit stole. Can she get any of those items back? It is extremely toxic that anyone would expect you to keep her in your house. You owe her nothing at this point, but is there a middle ground where your parents can help her afford a place in town so it doesn't disrupt school? Even if no, absolutely do not allow her to continue living with you. NTA you gave her so much and she pulls this shady stuff. Your parents can take her and her bad decision making. Not the asshole. She's a thief, and there are consequences to her actions. And even more, if she's behaving like this before the baby arrives, you can expect a whole new level of lies and manipulation once she's a mom. There will be excuses and reasons that she can't move out. There will be expectations of free childcare. Not the asshole at all. She stole from you and your family. Just one time you could maybe forgive as a mistake, but she continued to do it several more times. How much more would she have stolen if she hadn't been caught? And I'm betting she sat back while you and your wife were looking for your belongings and never said a word. As for your parents, wow, what part of she stole from us do they not understand? She's thrown everything you did for her back in your face, and I don't think you will ever get that trust back. Not the asshole. Not only kick her out but call the police. Her child needs to be born into foster care or your care, not into the custody of a lying criminal. In my opinion, not the asshole. She bit the hand that fed her, and there are consequences. What does she expect? For you and your wife to allow someone who has been caught stealing a lot of stuff from you to remain in your house? For all you know, she'll continue to steal from you. Not the asshole. She violated your trust. How can you let someone stay who's stealing from you? Not the asshole. Tell your parents that if they're so worried about where she will live, then she can live with them. Your sister is a thief. She is lucky that you don't involve the police. She can go live with mommy and daddy since they're so worried about where she'll live. I totally get wanting to make extra money, but that isn't what this was. I doubt any of those things would have done that. I also get that she is going to school. Is she a full-time student? How is she paying for school? My question is still this: why not look for a part-time job? NTA. Your parents say you can't kick her out with a baby on the way? I can see the next one being you can't kick her out with a newborn. Not the asshole. You went out of your way to help her in her time of need, and she returned the favor by stealing from you and your family. Wow, not the asshole. Your parents, on the other hand? Big ahs and hypocrites. She broke your trust in a really low way. If you make the decision to let her stay, she has to agree to have some kind of low-paying job, not working for you or anyone you know, in order to show good faith and pay you back in full. I don't care if it's phone work or bill collection or bagging groceries. Stealing that much from a loved one is evidence of low character. I'd need evidence of responsibility and rehabilitation. Lastly, I think your parents laying this at your doorstep is evidence of a way bigger dysfunction on their part. Have they expected you in the parental role in your family before this? Not the asshole. She is lucky you did not file a police report. She could have ended up in jail. Not the asshole. Your sister is making bad mistake after bad mistake and showing zero signs of trying to better herself, at least from what you put in the post here. She gets pregnant with a guy who kicks her out. She's stealing from you and your wife after being given a home, and yet she still feels the need to steal? Sorry, no. You make conscious decisions like stealing in order to make a little side money? That's not side money, that's stolen money. She didn't work for it. She doesn't deserve it. You should definitely help her find a new place and move in, but I don't think she deserves to live in your house while she's exhibiting these terrible decisions. Make terrible decisions, live with terrible consequences. AKA play stupid games, win stupid prizes. NTA. You gave her a chance and you were more than generous. She's shown she can't be trusted. Besides, it's not like she has no place to go. She can go live with your parents, but she'd just prefer not to. Not the asshole. If your sister thinks it is tough now at 4 months pregnant, she is going to have a long 18 years in store. If your parents want her to have a place to live so bad, they can pay her bills. 100% guarantee the pregnancy isn't why she got kicked out from her BF's house unless she got pregnant on purpose and that ended it. It takes a lot to knowingly keep stealing from family that is helping you. There are people in prison for way worse that consider what she did the lowest of the low. She had multiple chances and more things kept disappearing. She really needs to reconsider if she is ready to be a parent at all. If you and your wife have the funds, buy her a one-way ticket to your parents ASAP. Not the asshole at all. Not the asshole. 2 weeks and a plane ticket to your parents, if she wants it, seems like a very fair way to deal with a thief. If she wanted to make extra cash before the baby came, she could have gotten an actual job. You will never be able to trust her in your home, and having a baby doesn't make people more thoughtful, less stressed, or smarter. So if she is stealing now, her behavior is just going to be worse after the baby is here, when she is overtired and even more stressed out. You are right to kick her out, and you can let your parents know if they berate you one more time or even mention this when your sister is the person in the wrong here. Then they can just stop communicating with you entirely. Info. And I'm sorry if this might sound ridiculous, lol. Did she return everything she stole? Still, not the asshole. She broke your trust. That's gonna be extremely difficult to come back from that. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Not the asshole. If she stole from you after kindly taking her in, she will definitely do it again. It's not normal behavior to steal in general, and shocking that she stole from the person that has cared for her. Incredulous that people think she should get a second chance. It is not like you are asking her to leave because she was too messy. This would be a reason for a second chance, not stealing. In my experience, once a thief, always a thief. Your parents can take her in if they want to give her that chance. Sure she's not on drugs? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. She broke your trust in a big way. If your parents think you're such an asshole, they can fund her. You should make sure your valuables are locked up so she doesn't sell off more stuff in the 2 weeks. You could give her a chance to prove herself again, by getting all, and I mean all, the items back. If not, kick her out, maybe even report her to the police. It's hard, yes, but sometimes you gonna lay in the bed you made. Not the asshole. This level of stealing and sneaking when you had offered to help her with anything she needs suggests there may be something else going on, like drugs or gambling. She needs to learn that there are consequences to her actions. Make sure nothing else goes missing in the 2 weeks you give her, and be prepared for all sorts of other issues to come up. You can let her know that you can no longer trust her in your home or around your family, but that you will still be there for her in other ways, such as providing hand-me-downs for her child, helping with a deposit for her own place, buying her a ticket home, allowing her to go grocery shopping with you weekly, or whatever else actually works for you without hurting your family. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Parents need to do some remedial parenting, but since they are taking her side, it explains a lot about why she is the way she is. Not the asshole. She stole emotional and expensive stuff from you and broke your trust. She's an adult. Time to face the consequences of her behavior. How could you ever trust her again? Your parents are throwing a fit because they don't want to house your sister themselves. They want you to pick up the tab instead. And your sister probably wouldn't have moved out after the baby was born. She would also expect you and your wife to babysit for free. She robbed you repeatedly and she even lied about it at first. Stand your ground and don't give in. Not the asshole. I wonder if the money was for something she couldn't ask you for. My thought is that she may be doing drugs of some kind, as if it was for the baby she would have asked you. Not the asshole, but I love how your son broke down after stealing a donut. That's cute. Not the asshole, she broke your trust and your family's. If your parents want her to stay in the area, they should pony up the rent for her, not you, and get her into her own place. Actions have consequences and she's darn lucky you and wife didn't report her to the police. Not the asshole, once someone steals from you, they are no longer welcome. Not the asshole. She stole from your son and stole sentimental items like a class ring. She cannot be trusted.